Waiting on everybody to pop in this room so we can really do what we need to do. How you guys doing? How is the family doing, ladies and gentlemen? I ain't done a Twitter space in a few days, but I'm here. I'm here. How y'all living, man? Everybody pile on in. Let's chop it up on this lovely afternoon or this lovely evening. Let's chop it up this lovely evening, ladies and gentlemen. Glad to have everybody piling in the room. Y'all come on in the room. I am your host. I'm Tariq, if you don't know. If you're not following me, everybody needs to be following me. If you're not, follow a player. And before I get started, I got to thank all of you guys who got the movie American Maroon. People are loving the American Maroon film. Some people came down to the museum today just to say how much they love the film American Maroon, ladies and gentlemen. And next week, you guys will be able to come down to the museum and get some autographed copies of the American Maroon movie poster. You can get some online if you want it. You can go to American-Maroon.com and get some autographed copies of the American Maroon movie poster. Excuse me. But let's get into some game here. Still waiting on more people to pile on in the room. Waiting on everybody to get on in here. And you guys, if you could retweet this live, let everybody know that we're live. Just retweet it. That would be great. And let me retweet it myself, just to let everybody know that we're live right now. So they had a another reparations hearing in up in the Bay Area today, and the reparations vibe is really strong out here in California. The reparations task force is in full effect. We've made sure that they are talking the right language. We stayed on their bumper. Um, a lot of the community, they've been active with going to these reparations hearings, even though there are a few ops popping up here and there. That's not stopping the movement. We are extremely codified about what we need to do to maintain the reparations conversation. And now the good thing is we've stayed on our square so long, we're talking numbers. Now the numbers are starting to come out. People are talking numbers, which is perfect. This is where we want to be. It's always about numbers at the end of the day. We got to stick to the numbers. Let's stick to the numbers. Let's stay on this wave. Let's stay on the wave. Because what happens is when we would talk about reparations, they'll get into this truth and reconciliation type of thing where people, black folks, want to stand around and talk about their feelings and how bad racism hurts them and how they were discriminated against, and oh, it was so sad. And okay, we got all that. We didn't said that for the last 100 years. Now let's talk money. We're talking money now. And right now, one of the numbers that came out today, they were talking about $5 million for each eligible black person. And we got to make sure that we're sticking to the lineage based reparations. We have to make sure it's lineage based, because what I'm seeing now in some of the comments, and you better read and study some of the comments coming from these suspected white supremacists. The mainstream media, they're talking about the hearing, and their ears are up, their antennas are up right now, because when the numbers start getting discussed, that's when they go on alert. Now, all of the mainstream media, they're jumping on this now because numbers are being discussed. They'll talk about everything under the sun. They don't give a damn. But when you start talking numbers, now everybody's ears are perking up, which is good. So I don't want black folks to be scared. Don't be scared because the white supremacists are on alert now, because that's usually the thing that happens when we start making some real progress in the conversation, and we look like we might just be getting something. The white supremacists get antsy, and when they get antsy, Negroes get scared. Like, oh Lord, let's not talk about all this money now. I don't need none of that money. All I need is a nice hug and a good friendship from good old white people. So, yeah, the eyes get the bucket. Let's stop all that. The eyes get to bucking. Don't buck your eyes now, family. Don't be scared. Right now, it's time to be extremely codified. You dig? It's time to be extremely codified, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, Jade? I see you, dear. So out here in California, they threw some big numbers out there. Now, I've heard some mixed reviews on the number. Some people said, "Oh, that's too high." I heard some people say, "Well, that number's too high. That number's too high. 5 million. Oh, that's kind of reaching." Somebody said, "Well, it should have been more like 200,000. Whoop de whoop." Then I heard some people say, "Hey, 5 million per person. That's too low. We need to double or triple that. We need more than just 5 million. We need to go for the gusto while we're at the negotiating table. Let's go for the gusto." So I've heard a lot of great arguments on both sides. And along with the 5 million per person, they're talking about an annual payment of like 97,000. I think I'm kind of paraphrasing here. Hold on, I want to read some of this stuff and get it right and exact. Also, they're talking about housing for foundational Black Americans should be like a $1 per house or something like that. You should only pay $1. Okay, I'm feeling that. In addition to the money, let's stick to the money first. All right. And I'm reading one of the articles here. It says the San Francisco Board of Supervisors, they had a presentation which released the draft report, the 5 million per person payment. That's among more than 100 recommendations offering grants to buy and maintain homes, which is good. Exempting Black businesses from paying taxes, that's good. But it always has to be about the money first. Let's get those checks first. Now, what I've been seeing in some of the comment sections, you got some of these, the Mayo Brigade talking about, well, hell, I'm kind of Black too. I now identify as Black. You're going to start seeing that. Let me tell you what you're going to start seeing. Now that we're talking numbers, you're going to have people talking about, you're going to see the Rachel Dolezal thing pop off heavy. This is why we have to make things lineage based. You got some Irish people getting dreadlocks right now. They're somewhere getting some box braids right now. They're going to start claiming some Black grandmother from 100 years ago. They're going to start trying to play that role. We got to make it lineage based. Foundational Black Americans only. FBA only. Foundational Black Americans, and you have to have been identified as a Black person. You have to be a current foundational Black American. That's why the term foundational Black American covers everything. Foundation means it covers the history. Black covers what you are right now. And American means you're not a foreigner, you're not an immigrant. We're talking about a foundational, past, Black, present, American, non immigrant. That covers all the bases. That's why so many people have a problem with that term, because it's an exclusionary term. It excludes everybody but us, which is good. Which is good. We're supposed to exclude people for something that's meant for us. Remember, this reparations thing is not a reparations package for racism. People try to tie it into just general racism. We're supposed to fix racism. No, we're not. I want Black people to understand this. We're not supposed to be the burden mules to just fix all woes for everybody. No, we ain't doing that. This is not to fix racism. This is not to fix racism. We're having a reparations discussion for the people who were enslaved, the descendants of the people who were enslaved. We're taking care of that debt first. So what do you guys think? I want to chime in with the family. Do y'all think that 5 million number is too high or too low? And another thing y'all better watch out for, now that we're talking some numbers are being thrown around, watch out for some of the oppy behavior from certain people. All right. You're going to start seeing a lot of ops, a lot of sleeper cell Negroes, a lot of $5 FBAs who you think is an FBA. They're gonna start talking real greasy and reckless and they're gonna try to blow up the spot. You're gonna see who's who. We got a lot of $5 FBAs lurking around here. Y'all better check these people's hairlines and see what the hell they're from for real, because you're gonna see a lot of greasy talk. I'm starting to see some of it now. Now that some numbers are being thrown out there, and we're making some progress as far as the negotiating, all of a sudden you're gonna see some "we all black" now. Let's not be divisive now. Just out the blue, you're gonna see people talking real reckless. Those are the ops. Those are the sleeper cells. So expect that. Already prepare yourself to expect it, and don't get sidetracked by that. But let me ask you guys: do y'all think that 5 million is too high? Do you think the 5 million is too low? Should we campaign for more? You know? What do y'all think? Let me have y'all chime in. Let me get Melek Zadek in. Let me get Melek in here. Hop in, brother. Hop in, Melek. Turn your microphone on, Melek.
Peace to the room. Peace to you, brother Tariq. That's a great question. I've been doing some looking into this reparations movement going on in San Francisco, and if I can be real brief, it's talking about a $5 million payout to every eligible Black adult. It's talking about a guaranteed annual income of at least $97,000 for 250 years, and then homes in San Francisco for just $1 a family is what it's telling me.
Yeah.
When it comes to the 5 million, for clarity's sake, are we talking a 5 million blanket and they're going to distribute that amongst the people, or is it 5 million per person over the course of their
5 million per person. Yes, 5 million per person. Yeah, they
life?
know they can't just do no 5 million and no blanket. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. I think. No, let me be clear, because I might be, but I think from what I understand, it's 5 million per person.
Okay, and that's what I've been wrestling with as well, to get some clarity on if it's 5 million per person. I believe that that's justified. I've done that type of math in my earlier 20s, and at the time I was 23, 24. I told myself if I had $6 million flat, then I'd be able to give myself at least an $80,000 salary over the course of my lifetime and never have to work again. With that
Hmm.
perspective, I can see that it can be fair to give each person 5 million, but it would be completely absurd to, the latter that we mentioned, giving that as a blanket and trying to divide that up.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah. 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 That wouldn't work. But thank you so much, bro. Thank you for the call. And yeah, and another thing, when it comes to giving us what we're supposed to get, Black people, foundational Black Americans, don't let these people run that excuse game on you, because now I'm hearing a lot of the suspected white supremacists hop up. Oh my God, dude, $5 million. Come on, dudes. That's gonna wreck the economy, dude. Yeah, stop it. Miss me, don't let them run that game on you, because when illegal immigrants pop up, they got all types of billions of dollars for them. It ain't wrecking the damn economy. They're giving illegal immigrants all types of housing and schooling and food and medical care. That doesn't wreck the economy. Miss me with that. They magically have money for that when they want to fund the police and give them a gazillion dollars worth of military equipment to beat us in the damn brains. They magically come up with money to give to the police agencies, all that those militarized weapons. They have a budget and it doesn't wreck the economy at all. When they need $2 and $3 billion to beat the hell out of us, they magically pull money out. Now that we're talking about real compensation for us, they pat in their pockets. Oh man, I ain't got it. Oh damn, man. No, you got it. Oh, you got it. And we're going to have to make things right. We are going to make things right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get Yay Z in here. Let me get some of these new faces in here. Yay Z, I see you down there, Miss Teslet. I see Marcel in here. What's up, Yay Z?
How you doing? I wanted to speak on the topic. Is 5 million too high?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's absolutely not. I've been reading a lot about the formation of like the British Empire and how slavery was really run, and these people got complete free labor for 400 years straight, and they're mad about $5 million. If you read a lot of the British explorers when they would go back to Europe, they would say that nobody but the Negroes work in the Americas. They would say this over and over again in their writings. So we
Yeah,
basically worked for free for 400 years. I mean, $5 million. It's not even enough for what our ancestors suffered. And that's all I wanted to say.
My man, I appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, this whole narrative that they try to spin now, well, America was built by everybody. America was built by immigrants. No, 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 it wasn't. That's why we got to check all of that stuff, man. The minute people start talking that crazy nonsense, we have to check it. We're not going to let people rewrite and erase history. All of that stuff is going to be checked. You got to check it hard. Well, this country was not built by no immigrants. That's a lie. This country was built exclusively by foundational black Americans from top to bottom. Immigrants came later after everything was established. You do not get credit for building this country. We literally built this country from scratch and we were uncompensated, and it's time for us to be compensated. This culture of us being the sacrificial slaves, that's a wrap. That's done. That's over. It is a new day. Let me get some more people in here. Let's get KK in here. Are there any people in the dominant society in here who oppose reparations? I'd like to hear from you. Let me hear from some of you in the dominant society. Let's get KK. Where you at? Hop on, KK. Just turn your microphone on, KK. I see you down there, Wani. Where you been hiding, Wani? KK, turn your microphone on.
I'm sorry about that. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am. How are you, ma'am?
I'm good. I'm good. I've been wanting to get on your program on Twitter Space for so long. It's so good to finally speak to you. How are you?
Yes, indeed. I'm good, beloved. How are you?
I am really upset. I just saw what you had retweeted about our young brother Rasheem.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a brother. Tell him what happened, and then I go into it. Tell everybody what happened to Brother Rasheem down in Was it Mississippi, right?
Correct, correct.
Yeah.
So Rasheem, from what I read with the article, he went missing October on the 2nd. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to like cry because it just
Mm,
made me so angry. He was running. It looks like he had a disagreement with somebody at his job. He was back to work as a welder, trying to save money to put towards a seafood restaurant because it got shut down due to the pandemic. He has a 7-year-old daughter, paying for a private school, good father, good man through and through. And he had called his mom and said, "Hey, there's these men in these trucks. They're chasing me. They're trying to kill me." And his mom lost touch with him.
yeah,
Excuse me.
right.
Excuse me. Sorry about that. I lost. My daughter said something. My apologies. So his
Hmm.
mom lost, touch with him on the phone, and it appears that somebody happened to have a deer cam, and they saw him running through this wooded area, shirtless, with what appeared to be a stick in his hand, looking back. Someone's chasing him. He's, clearly scared, and he has a bunch of bruises on his back. And they want to
Mm,
sit up here and say that there was no foul play, but this brother's body
right.
was dismembered, no head attached, spinal cord, his manhood stuff in his mouth, arm and leg. Like,
Yeah.
are you kidding? It makes me so angry because if we were doing this type of stuff to them, it wouldn't even be a full 24-hour day where they'd be over here on the hunt for every single one of us. So what I don't
Yeah.
understand is, like, I love our people. I really do. I love our people. But how are we so calm when we hear stuff about this? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, it's
Yeah.
scary. It's terrifying.
Yes. Thank you. See, let me touch on this. Yeah, but this brother was basically lynched down in Mississippi. He was being chased by some white supremacists. Called his mother and said he's being chased by these white men in a truck, and they're yelling racial epithets. And they basically lynched this brother and castrated him and dismembered his body. I even heard they fed some of his body to wild hogs. I'm trying to confirm that part of the story, but this was a brutal lynching, modern times, brutal lynching. And the police down there are complicit. They're saying, what then? There's no foul play. People get dismembered all the time. You see? We got to be on top of our game. We got to be down there in Mississippi hollering at them about that. You dig? We got to get on down there and make sure that there's going to be some justice served. And this is going to be further used to say, hey, look, this is why we need reparations. This is why we, as foundational Black Americans, we're still going through this lynching nonsense. You are not having a crime bill put together for us. You're not compensating us like we should be compensated. Enough is enough. We're not going to even touch the political arena unless you do what needs to be done, give us the protection and the money that we need. We're going to have to stand on our square with that and make sure justice is produced. Let's get Elijah in here. Elijah, hop on, brother. Brother Elijah, hop on, sir. And then turn your microphone
You can
on
hear
when you
me?
hop on. Yes, sir. How are you, buddy? Elijah, go ahead, brother.
You can hear me?
Elijah, go ahead, brother. Elijah, brother, you should not still have an iPhone 1. All right? It's 2023, brother. You should have turned that iPhone 1 in back in 2012. It's a damn shame, brother. Let it go. All right, he got out of here. Come on, brother. This nigga got one of them "Can you hear me now" phones. You people phone don't even go out like that no more. Remember back in the day when the iPhone 1s and 2s came out? Like, "Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?" I was in a tunnel. The reception is bad. I'm over here at the government building. You know the reception over here is real bad. I'm trying to get this Section 8 and I can't hear nothing. You can't go in the government building with an iPhone 1. But no, nigga, the technology is very advanced. You shouldn't have a raggedy ass phone where you can't hear. Who still have phone like that? Well, you can't hear shit. Lord, man. Let's get Danielle in here. Let's get Danielle. Danielle, hop on, Danielle. Danielle, hop on. I see you down there,
Hello.
Aki. What's up, Danielle?
Hi, Tariq. I'm so glad you made this space.
Okay, you sound very sultry, ma'am. Are you in
Thank
a
you.
milk bath? Are you in a milk bath? You in a bathroom? You in a
I am
bathtub?
in the bathroom because it's private
Okay.
space to speak.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Don't say nothing inappropriate, man. Don't say nothing
Oh, all
inappropriate.
right.
Man, don't let your titties splash in the
All
water.
right,
I
all
don't want to
right.
hear that
You
right now.
funny. You funny
My wife
acting.
is in the room.
Let me get to
My
the
wife
point.
is in the room.
Let me
All right,
speak
go
on
ahead.
some things.
Go ahead.
Um, you funny.
All right, don't get me in
Right, you
trouble.
funny. Anyways, so I was also reading the article about San Francisco and the 5
Yeah.
million. Um, I do think that's a great amount to start a talking point at 5 million.
Hmm.
And on the murder of the young man, I do think they should open an investigation on that
Yeah.
immediately,
Yeah.
like as soon as possible.
Absolutely.
A family member could request an investigation of the death of that person, of their
And
family.
it's up to us to stay on their case about that because their job. Look, law enforcement works with these white supremacists. They're clicked in with them. That's why these white supremacists can do these bold things. It's up to us as a community to shut that bullshit down, just like we did with the Ahmaud Arbery situation.
Right,
Remember,
you got to escalate the issue all the way.
right? That's us. We have to
And
do that.
yeah, and I was gonna say about bringing in the Department of Labor into the talk of reparations because unpaid labor is now a crime,
Yeah.
and compensation for unpaid labor needs to be an analysis would be best done by the U.S. Department of Labor and unions in general. Martin Luther King fought for our rights the in the workplace and in labor in general because previously we were denied wages for labor,
Right.
and it's a labor issue,
Yeah.
being unpaid for labor.
Yeah, that's one part of the issue. There's the
Yeah,
labor issue.
yeah.
It's an exploitation issue. It's a lot of things in there.
Labor
Yeah. That.
exploitation of labor. And
Yeah.
I just feel like the Committee of Reparations in San Francisco has a great start on the local level, but I do think it should be a federal analysis of the entire issue of reparations, and something Joe Biden should definitely issue an apology to African Americans. And I do feel like the Labor Department should make a statement on the economic impact on unpaid labor, because if it's not addressed, then people will continue to be
Yes, indeed.
enslaved.
Yes, indeed. Well, thank you so much, Danielle. I
Thank you,
appreciate you
God
here.
bless.
hmm But yeah. But going back to that situation in Mississippi, we gotta really be on that. We got to be on that because it's going to be up to us to really push that line to produce justice. Because law enforcement, they work with these white supremacists. Same thing as the Ahmaud Arbery situation. They were going to be quiet about it. Law enforcement, they were all complicit with those white supremacists who killed Ahmaud Arbery. We were the ones putting their information out. We were the ones on top of that case early on. We start putting some of the names out. We start putting two and two together. I was one of the first people to put that prosecutor's name out there to tie her into these people. Y'all go back and look at the Ahmaud Arbery case. That stuff was buried. We were digging and finding the paperwork and finding all of these connections of who's who. And once we start putting a spotlight on everybody, they start throwing each other under the bus. Remember, the first person who broke was one of them damn lawyers. It was a lawyer out there who had the death video. And once he saw that we were on everybody's bumper, he threw everybody under the bus. He was like, "Hey guys, I got a film that I got to show y'all. There's a video of them killing Ahmaud Arbery. I ain't got nothing to do with nothing. I'm telling on everybody." So that blew up the whole spot right there. So we got to be on these people's bumper, man. Heavy. All right, let me get some more folks in here. Let's get Richie. Let's get Richie in here. What's up, brother Richie? Hop on in, Mr. Richie. Richie, where you at, man? Richie, turn your microphone on, sir. Richie, this dude is trying to use a Bluetooth earphone. Richie, are you here?
Oh,
Just I can't. There you
yo,
go, Richie. All right, we can hear you, brother. Can you
can you
hear
hear me?
me? I can hear you, Richie. What's on your mind, man?
What the fuck?
Richie, Richie, roll over off your stomach, man. Richie. Man, pull your pants up, dude. Richie.
Yo, if you can hear me, man. I love everything you do, bro. Um, I just wanna ask, is 5 million the recurring at all?
No, it's not recurring. I think I don't know how the payment structure will
I
be,
can't
but
hear
that's
shit.
okay. Oh nigga, goddamn. Hold on. Damn, you need $5 for a new phone, man. Damn. You really need a reparations package to upgrade your damn phone service, man. We're gonna put you first in the reparations line. And the minute you get your check, take your ass down there to T Mobile and turn in that fucking sidekick. Damn. How y'all niggas out here with janky phones, man? Niggas can't get their phone game together. Women, do y'all be dealing with these type of niggas? I can imagine just every day in life, your shit ain't together. You can't even get your phone together. Hello? Hey, I can hear nothing. Hello? Hey, can y'all hear me? You're fidgeting around. Brothers, let's get it together. Got to get this thing together, guys. Let's get some order in here. Oh, yeah, by the way, where are my LA people? Where are my people in LA? I see my brother Dwan B in the house. What's up, Dwan B? Me and Dwan B going to be hosting at the Hidden History Museum March 25th. That's the Saturday after this coming Saturday. Out here in Los Angeles, we're having the March Museum Mixer. It's going to be a phenomenal event starting 7 p.m. here at the Hidden History Museum in Los Angeles. We're going to have a live comedy show, a lot of phenomenal comedians. We're going to have complimentary buffet food. You guys going to eat good, party good, have good comedy. You got to pay for your drinks though. All right, you paying for your drinks. Don't come here talking about, oh Lord, I was trying to drink for free. Nope, you got to pay for your drinks, but you're getting the food for free. Food for free, entertainment. It's going to be a beautiful night. Y'all need to come on through. Get your tickets at hiddenhistorymuseum.com. Hiddenhistorymuseum.com. It's going to be a phenomenal night. It's nice networking vibe. Nice networking vibe. You guys are going to love it. Let's get this sister here. No taxation. This sister sent me a thing about a reparations task force. Miss no taxation. Let me know more about that reparations task force that y'all trying to get together. Miss No Taxation, hop on, man.
Hi, Mr. Nasheed. How are you tonight? And hello to everybody in the room.
Hey, beloved, how are you? So, what's going on with the reparations task force in D.C., right?
I don't know much about that. I'm actually doing the reparations rally at the Sylvan Theater.
Okay, where's that?
The Sylvan Theater is at the National Monument on the National Mall. You know, the monument is over there on the other side of the reflecting pool. The Lincoln Center is on one and Lincoln Memorial, excuse me. And then if yeah,
Okay.
if you look on the other end, the Pinnacle, and it's a grassy outdoor amphitheater. But there's a stage, there's a built-in stage there, and it holds 10,000 people.
Oh, cool. When you guys going to do the rally?
It's June 18th, which is the day before Juneteenth. Juneteenth is on that Monday. We're also going to
Yeah.
celebrate Father's Day. It's from noon to midnight, and I like to say festive protest,
Yes.
because of course, black folks love festivities, so why
Yeah.
so why not?
Yeah.
But it's very serious, and I'm very disheartened to hear about this person in Mississippi. Of course, I've been working on the rally, and I don't know what's going on with that, but I'm definitely going to find that out and put that on the agenda for something that needs to be addressed. We're not going to do this, Tyreek, and you're absolutely correct. We're not doing this no more. Either if we're here, I'm
Right.
with you. I believe the same thing. If this is how we're going to be treated in this country, then we don't want to have nothing to do with your political system. Take your chances with the immigrants. How about that?
Real talk. Real talk. Where can people find information about the rally?
It's reparations rally reparations2023.com. And it's a full site. It gives you everything. We also have social media of the same name on Instagram and Twitter. We're gonna do some TikToks. They got me working over here, and so because I'm a woman of a particular age. But you can find out about me on the website, because I know people want to know who I am and how I got here and how I thought of this. And actually, and I told a few people this, that Tariq, if I had known seriously, um, if I had been able to get to you, I would have gave you the permit and let you do it, because that's you should be the
Yeah.
one doing it if you want to know the truth about it. And if you want to do it every year, I will make sure that you get that permit every year. I can do that.
Yes, indeed. Well, yes, we're going to look into it, and folks are going to check out the website. Thank you very much, beloved. We'll check that out and see what's going on with that. Let's get Davy Jetson. Davy Jetson. What's up, Davy Jetson? Davy Jetson. What's up, bro?
Yo, what's good? Can I be heard?
Yes, sir. What's on your mind, brother?
All right, what's goody, man? I definitely feel like 5 milli, you know what I'm saying, for the people in San Francisco, gonna do them some justice. Um, I wanted to know, how did you feel about Sandy Darity's interview where he got on MSNBC and stated that he had issues with the methodology, or how they found the data and how they got to that number. I found
I didn't hear the interview. I didn't see the interview, but what was the issue that he had?
he stated some of the same, I'm not gonna say some of the same rhetoric, but what I'm hearing from the California task force is they don't have the ability to quantify or qualify this type of data, and he kind of co-signed that same exact narrative, and I found it extremely problematic.
Huh. So that's still kind of vague. I mean, what can't they co-sign? What can't they verify?
That's the same thing I was thinking, considering that a lot of people look at his book as the Reparations Bible, and he also stated that he didn't even foresee reparations coming within his lifetime, and it seems like this is a continuation of that same thing.
Huh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I put it in the chat for anybody that wanted to view it objectively.
Okay, I'll take a look at that because I can't really speak on it if I don't know exactly what he said. So I'll take a look at that and see what he's talking about. Let's get poison in here. Poison, right? Trying to connect your phone, and then don't forget the um, museum mixer happening March 25th. You can get your tickets at hiddenhistorymuseum.com. Hiddenhistorymuseum.com. Well, Poison Bounce. Let me get Lioness Crown in here. Let's get Lioness Crown. Miss Jade. Let's get Jade in the building. What's up? Hey, beloved, how are you,
I'm
Jade?
doing well. I just wanted to come up to invite folks to come out to the FBA Expo. First and foremost, go to fbaexpo.com. Secondly, I'm in the
Yes.
District of Columbia. A lot of people say that they're in DC or they're from DC, but they're actually from the DMV. So I will clarify something. We do not currently have a reparations task force. We have a councilman, Kenyon McDuffie, who was interviewed recently actually by Rock Newman. Y'all can go check that out on YouTube. And he has been trying to get a bill passed. And so he's trying to get this bill pushed for the second time. So anyone who's in DC in the movement, in the reparations conversation would know that. And if you want to support that or give feedback, reach out to Councilman Kenyon McDuffie. So I just wanted to clarify that. And then thirdly, I would support the Rally for Reparations, and shout out to the elder, Miss Taxation. I would support it. But when I saw Gabriel Piamonte's name listed on the website for that particular rally, I decided to withdraw my support of that. But if he's no longer going to be a part of that, then, cool. This is the same Gabriel Piamonte, the failed candidate out of Chicago who was very disrespectful, who claimed to be a freedman first. He's actually an Italian. So I just finally, before I land my plane, I want to draw the contradiction talking about immigrants. Gabriel Piamonte is a European immigrant. And so we got to keep that same energy all around, not just give the European any bly. I land my plane. Talk to you later. Peace.
Thank you, beloved. Okay. That is Miss Jade. We got a lot of folks in here. Well, raise your hand because we got a lot of people in here. Let's get the average black American, average black guy. Let's get him in here. Average black guy. All right. What's up, average black guy?
How you doing, sir?
I'm good, brother. What's on your mind?
I do think that it's a decent amount to start. And the reason why is because I don't know what's going to happen financially. You got these banks doing what they're doing, the
Yeah,
Silicon Valley Bank, and I don't know what kind of they're going to flip the switch and do something with currency and how much things are worth and whatnot. So, aiming high and going above and beyond is the best way because I think they're going to do something crazy and it's going to be massive inflation after we do get whatever we're going to get. So that's why I
yeah,
land my plane.
there you go. Yeah, man. So yeah, we all ball together. We suffer together. They better do something. Moet, hop in, man.
Hey, peace, Flex. What's up, Flex?
I'm good, man. How are you, Mr. Moet?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. You remember me though, right?
I do not remember. Where did have you been on the live with us before?
Nah, it's AKA Taco Meat.
Oh,
Let me stop.
what's up, player? What's up,
I'm
Taco
good,
Meat?
man. What's up to the
Man, are you coming?
FBA
Are you coming
family,
to? Wait, are you coming to the event next week?
man? You know what? I'm probably gonna miss this one because I'm actually in a DMV right now.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'm doing a couple of things here and there. So probably April because you're saying that it's gonna be like a monthly thing now. So
Yeah.
I'll definitely be there April. But
Okay. Yeah, it'll be a little warmer, so your taco meat won't freeze. But
there,
yeah,
there. But no,
it's,
I think 5 mil is I think it's a start. Like, yeah, I think 5 mil is a start. But me personally, I'm not even FBA, but I'm a rider You
Yeah,
know, I'm from
I can tell by the taco meat you were not FBA. But where you from? You Caribbean? Where
no,
you
no, no.
from?
I'm from Ghana. I'm from Ghana, West Africa.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
okay,
yeah, yeah. But cause you spit truth to power, man. So
no doubt, no
yeah,
doubt.
I'm with whatever you be talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
And
we appreciate that. That's all we want, man. We want
yeah, yeah,
support
yeah,
from the.
yeah. But a lot of my African brothers and sisters, man, it's not like it ain't like Flex be trying to just shit on a continent or none of that. We just gotta come
Real
to
talk.
terms. We just gotta come to terms with the truth. Like at the end of the day, this shit gonna trickle down to all of us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And yeah, that's about it,
real
man. I land my plane. I'm gonna catch you
man.
later, Flex.
Much respect,
Peace.
and button your jacket up, brother. Peace. That's our non-FBA brother. Good dude. He's a solid dude, man. We're getting on this case about the taco meat, but he's actually a real solid brother. And he spoke something real. We don't have a problem with brothers and sisters in the diaspora. We do not. And when people try to frame that narrative, that's just Tether trying to cover his own tracks and hide behind other brothers and sisters in the diaspora. We ain't got no problem with them. But what we're doing now, we're getting some damn straightening. We're getting some straightening. And everybody's going to get straightened. That's all it is to it. We've been straightening the white supremacists. We've been straightening our coons, the domestic ones, and the foreign ones. We've been, for some reason, we've been giving foreign coons a pass for a long time. And this is why there's such a shock that we're checking them so hard. We let niggas come over here, and because they're from the motherland of the Caribbean, we're like, okay, we're going to give our brother, a little more leeway. But we're like, no, 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 no. These coons can get checked too, and they're cooning the hardest. We start to look at some of these guys, and we're starting to see some of the hardcore cooning. It's not even FBA's doing that shit. It's these other people from the diaspora. So the coon class, they're getting checked, which they should have been checked a long time ago. And the non-coons are getting embraced. We still rock with them. If you come over here, you ain't got no coon spirit, we rock with you. Now you come over here talking about um, lazy akata, and now you gonna get this business. You gonna get this work. Let's get Bitcoin in here. Bitcoin.
What's going on? Hey,
What's
this
up?
this this 5 million. This ain't California. That's for San Francisco.
Right, 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 right,
And
right.
and and they trying to give California 360, and they talking about all of it ain't gonna be cash.
Did they say
So
that? I didn't see that part.
yeah, they saying all of it's not gonna be cash. Some of it's gonna go to programs and something else. So my thing is, how did this guy Amos come in here and do this underhand backdoor 5 million San Francisco thing?
I don't know. This is why we're looking into the particulars of it, because all that program stuff. Now we're gonna have to get some direct cash payments. Yeah, we got to get the direct cash payments first. We got to get that understood, and then we can do the programs. That's a secondary thing. I ain't got no problem with the programs, but that's going to have to come after the checks. But thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you. Um, yeah, we got to really look and see every word that these people are saying. Every word they're saying, we have to go through it with a fine tooth comb, because they'll slip in one little word, one little piece of terminology that'll flip everything around. They're very good at that. Every word has to be diagnosed. Just like in the 1960s, man, when they started giving affirmative action, that was supposed to be for us to correct the stuff that they were doing to us. That was a corrective action initiative. They were correcting what was being done to foundational Black Americans. And right when they started implementing the affirmative action programs, they slipped in one word. They slipped in one word that trick bagged everything up. The word minority. They were like, hey, you know what? Instead of this just being for Black people, let's just make it for minorities, because we're all in this together, and there's been aggrieved people from all types of backgrounds. So let's just do it for minority. And by the way, minority includes white women. White women were not considered a minority before 1964. Did y'all know that? White women were not considered a minority. They only started considering white women minorities in 1964 as a way to undermine any tangible initiative that would benefit us. They said, no, if anybody's going to benefit, we're going to have to get a little piece of that. That's why when affirmative action is implemented, it white women get more affirmative action benefits than anybody. And that's been proven over and over again. White women get more affirmative action benefits than anybody. They're the main ones who benefit from affirmative action. So they know how to trick bag the language up majorly. Let's get some more people in here. Let's get Lisa Jackson here. Lisa Jackson. Hop on, Miss Jackson. Hop on, Miss Lisa Jackson. All right. Miss Lisa. Waiting on Miss Lisa. Where you at, Miss Lisa? While we're waiting on Miss Lisa, are there any people in the dominant society who oppose the reparations? What's up, Adonis? Where you been hiding, man? I see Adonis down here in the chat. Adonis, you're not still up here being buck broken, are you, brother? Because you were going through some things. What's up, Michael Wharton? I see you down there in the chat. Miss Wani, see a lot of the faces down there. All right, Miss Lisa, you ready? Hold on. All right, Miss Lisa, you want to try it again, Miss Lisa? Miss Lisa, let's try it again, ma'am. All right, and while we're waiting on Miss Lisa, let's get Keo the Leo in here. All right, Miss Lisa or Keo the Leo, one of y'all hop on.
What's up, brother Tariq? Man, I would like to say that movie that you just dropped, the American Maroon, was awesome. I appreciate watching it. Um,
Thank you, sir.
for sure, for sure. And second, I want to give a shout out to all the Black Americans that made their voice heard at the OMB today. All y'all did what y'all had to do. I mean, some of y'all was off code, but majority, at least, we focusing on what we need to do. I wanted to ask you, Tariq, about Meredith Williamson. She's a Democrat who plans on running for president, and she's speaking of $500 million for reparations package. Personally, I feel like that's just a trick bag because $500 million would, I think, equal up to like $12,000 per person. And I just want to see
Yeah,
if you can bring some clarity on how we can avoid and what we should do strategically to avoid these types of trick bags. That
got it.
man, my plan.
Thank you so much, brother. Yeah, Marianne Williamson. And the thing is with her, is it Williamson or Marianne Williams, whatever her name is? So y'all know who she is. She was running for office a couple of years ago. The problem with her, because she's the white woman, she's talking about, yeah, we need reparations. The problem is she's crazy as cat shit. You understand? So her talking about it, then she gets to talking about all types of other shit. You don't know what she's talking about. So we don't need that. That's what we don't need, because that's another part of the trick bag too. You get somebody talking our language, but then they start talking all types of other crazy shit. So that nullifies the seriousness of what we got going on. So yeah, I remember they did like a Saturday Night Live skit about her and all of that crazy shit. She was talking at one of the debates. She's kind of out there. So yeah, that's we don't really need that. I wouldn't recommend her getting into the mix at all. No, let's not hang our hat on that. We got to stay focused. Yeah, look. We know what we need to do. We have people within our community who can articulate what we need. Let's get Afro. What's your name, ma'am? Afro Bubbles. Afro Bubbles.
Yeah, hey Tariq, can you hear me?
What's up, sweetie? You sound like you in a bubble. What kind of phone
No,
you on?
I'm on an Android, but I'm on a earbud. So can you hear me pretty good?
Okay, you at SpongeBob's house. Shit, you sound like you under. Damn.
I'm good.
What's on your mind?
I'm good. Listen, I wanna encourage the family about what's happening in California. A lot of people get that little figure, 250,000 or 360,000, and they run with that. That is not exactly accurate, beloved. The 500-page AB 3121 booklet, I mean, that they wrote out, they proposed 250K for imprisonment. It comes in 5 or 6 different sectors. 250K for educational neglect, 250K for housing abuse, 250K for healthcare abuses, 250K for eminent domain, on and on. And it comes to anywhere from 1 to 3 million when you put that together that they're asking for. And so they upped that 250K per sector to 360K.
Okay.
So, plus, so we're looking at 2.5, 3 mil, if we get it. Plus, in the last conference that they have, Camilla said she's going to add genocide onto that. And so all that entails. So she's going to compact
Okay.
it. They're going to highball it. And we see what we come out with. We may come out with 3 to 5, like San Francisco, something like that. But we'll come out nice.
Okay.
The people in
Okay.
California. Yeah, yeah. So
When is the next? When is the next hearing, meeting, public space? When is the next one up there,
the
or
29th,
anywhere in California?
March the 29th in Sacramento.
March. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
Yeah.
But thank you so much, Bill.
Okay. Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.
Love you.
Okay. March 29th. Okay. Cool. Lisa. Well, let me try Lisa one more time. Lisa, you ready this time? Because your phone keeps acting janky. Lisa, you ready, ma'am? All right. Lisa. Lisa, I keep giving you chances, ma'am. Lisa, where you at, dear? Lisa, it's just not gonna happen, beloved. It's just not gonna happen. You can't say I didn't try. Let's get Jenkins Simon in here. Jenkins. Let's get Jenkins. Because Miss Lisa Jackson is just not popping with her. But Jenkins, hop on, man. Hop on, Mr. Jenkins.
Peace,
And
Tariq.
what's up, Jenkins? How are you,
Good,
sir?
bro. Good. Hey, you speaking to a fourth generation Gullah Geechee, man. So I haven't seen the new movie yet, man, but I will be checking it out this weekend, man.
Oh yeah, you got to see it, man. We speak on the Gullah Geechee brothers and sisters, man. You got to see that movie.
Yeah, man. When I
Yes.
seen you coming out with it, I was like, wow. I'm Gullah Geechee from my grandma's side. So my great
Oh no
great
doubt.
grandmother. Yeah. She from South
Oh,
they're
you
from
still
South
in?
Carolina and they moved down to Georgia. And a matter of fact, my grandma, when she got married to my granddad and he was from Central Florida. And we got a lot of
Yeah,
Native Americans mixed in with our family on my granddad's
yeah.
side. And that's who I'm named after.
Somebody, somebody might be a Seminole in your family
Yeah.
if they
Oh
were
yeah,
down
for
there in Georgia.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
my man,
But
my man. But yeah, check. You're gonna really love the movie, man. I promise you. Everybody, if you've seen American Maroon already, let me see a hand. Everybody, raise your hand if you've seen American Maroon already. All the people who've seen American Maroon, let's throw your hand in there. Throw your hands up. Let me see where you at. Throw your hands up if you've seen American Maroon, or throw a thumbs up or something. A hand or a fist. Okay. Almost all of y'all. Most of you seen it. Yeah. Phenomenal film, man. It's a phenomenal people. People really love the film. And we really took our time with it and just went real deep in the history. Our sister, Aki, she's in here. She's in it. Didn't Aki look wonderful in the movie? That was Aki's first time doing something like that. Aki did a phenomenal job. Dr. Octavia Jackson. And Aki did a phenomenal job. I told Aki, you got to get on camera and spit. You would be a great look for this. And she was phenomenal, especially for her first time. So yeah, American Maroon, great film, man. I did an interview with, speaking of the Bay, it was a brother, worked for one of the newspapers in the Bay. He was interviewing me today about the movie American Maroon. And he asked a very good question, like, how come this stuff about the Maroons, why has this stuff been hidden so much? Because, I mean, this is never talked about, and which is true. They never tell you about the black Maroons that were here. They don't really tell you about what the brothers and sisters, those Gullah Geechees and the Seminoles, the black ones, and the Maroons were doing in the North Carolina, Virginia, South Carolina, Florida area. They don't tell you. They just kind of bury that story. And what they don't tell you is that brothers and sisters were fighting, getting their freedom, and living in these independent, self contained communities on their own terms. And white people couldn't come in those damn communities. White people could not come in them swamps. So they don't want to tell you that story. They didn't want to tell it then because when the black Seminoles were down there putting in work in Florida, they made it illegal for the newspapers to report that it was black people beating the hell out of them white supremacists. They had to keep framing it as an Indian war. They could not get the word out that black people were down there in Florida burning down plantations and slitting the throats of white supremacists by the thousands and killing U.S. troops by the thousands. They could not say that back then. Why? Because if I'm on a plantation and I'm up here picking some damn tobacco and I get word that there's some brothers turning up, guess what I'm going to do? Turn up with them. So they did not want the word to get out because they knew brothers and sisters would be rising up in large numbers if they knew what was really, really, really going on. So they've always kept that thing hidden because they only talk about stuff with us when we take an L. The brothers and sisters who were in those swamps, especially the Great Dismal Swamp, they didn't take no L. They never blew that place up. They never raided it. They never infiltrated it. You know, these brothers maintained a self contained community in the swamp, a sanctuary community for like a couple of centuries. They were there for a minute, in and out the swamp. And white people could not go in there and do anything about them because you go in them swamps, you get your ass killed. So they didn't mess around in them swamps. They don't want to tell that story. They don't want to tell about the ingenuity that we had and the guerrilla warfare and how we blended in with the environment. I was talking about this the other day. That's where brothers with the dreaded hair, the dreadlocks. Now, I don't like to say dreads, but the locked hair. One of the reasons for the locked hair was so that you can blend in with the swamp environment. That's why the Maroons, even in the Caribbean and in other places, you know, you see them with the dreadlocks. That makes you blend in with the environment more. It's like the Predator movie. Go look at the Predator movie. You know, all of these movies are they have an allegorical reference to the Maroons. The Predator movie is a big creature that's in the woods that can blend in and disappear and it's invisible and it has some damn dreads. You understand? The predator character has dreadlocks. There's a reason why that thing has dreadlocks. You understand? These people will tell you history in allegorical ways. They always do that. And they get their influence from our real history. A lot of these comics and a lot of these movies, they always get stuff from black history. People like Stan Lee and the Marvel comic universe, and we talked about this in one of the Hidden Colors movies, you know, they studied black culture, African culture, and got all types of things from that, like the Wolverine story and um, the Storm. They study a lot of black history and draw from that. You dig? Let me see. Let's get who we got in here. Let's get Need Computer Guy. All right, let's get the computer guy in here. And by the way, American Maroon, you can get that at american-maroon.com. Phenomenal film, and it's a great film to show your family. This is a movie, it's a clean movie, and there's some violence in the movie, but the language is good, and it's a good movie to show your children. This one, you can sit down with your kids. And I wanted to make a family friendly epic film after Buck Breaking, because Buck Breaking is not family friendly. Buck Breaking was a phenomenal film, but it is not. You should not show Buck Breaking to kids. There's some pretty explicit stuff that we had to put in there just to let people know the severity of the Buck Breaking, and we're going to eventually do a Buck Breaking 2. There's so many movies that I got to do, man. We got to do a Buck Breaking 2. gotta do that hip hop documentary because y'all hear Fat Joe and Crazy Legs. They're about to do a documentary talking about the Latino presence, so they're about to double down on this bullshit. They about to double down. So that we gonna have to start getting popping on that one ASAP to counter that damn bullshit narrative that they're about to start putting out. Because from what I understand, Crazy Legs was on Drink Champs and one of them shows talking about Disco King Mario was half Puerto Rican, and I ain't never heard that before. The people I know from the Bronx are like, that's horse crap. So little stuff like that, they're going to start trying to double down on the rewriting of history. So it's imperative that we take control of the historic narrative and keep it on the straight and narrow. Computer guy, you want to hop on?
Yeah.
What's going on, bro?
Yeah, I just want to let people know that as soon as you put that documentary out, the Native American community on TikTok, they real upset.
Oh,
They make
what they been saying?
oh, they just saying, y'all are getting greedy. That's real strange. They say, you know, y'all are getting greedy now, saying
Mm,
that you're natives. Like we wanting too much
man,
and we talking too much.
yeah, yeah. And you know what's interesting? And the ones who say that are pale skin as hell. They ain't even
Right, right,
American. Yeah, so
right.
they got a lot of nerve. You know.
Yeah, but soon as you put that out, TikTok went crazy with that. And
Yeah,
they talking a bunch of noise about y'all getting greedy. You don't know who you are. You don't know what you're talking about. But there was a lot of people talking back. So,
yeah. There you go. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna have to address. Thank you, brother. I'm gonna have to address that in the show. Yeah, that's another thing. Some of these $5 Indians be trying to talk greasy because we're telling the truth about the narrative. We're gonna have to get this history straight because we got these $5 Indians that then got real comfortable. We're trying to tell us who we are and what we're not. And you're not gonna sit up and talk about who we are and what our history is, and you're talking about you're a Native American and your last name is Gonzalez. All right, stop. All right, you're not. Let's stop this game. We're gonna have to stop this old nonsense of them trying to tell us who the Native Americans are and who's who. The foundational Black Americans, there were Black Aboriginals on this damn land, and many of us were reclassified. And a lot of these people who are supposed to be the red natives aren't even real natives. This is very well documented. They've finessed the Native American game. You dig? That's something that we really gonna have to start getting into. But yeah, when we start taking control of the discourse and we're not letting the dominant society rewrite history for us, yeah, they're gonna get mad. Yeah, they're gonna get mad. Yeah, and some of those $5 Indians, they tried to throw some janky reviews on the Google page for the Hidden History Museum. But thankfully, Google, when they see troll responses, they take them off immediately. So that's a good thing. So yeah, we're shutting down the BS narrative. Let's get Khalif. Let's get brother Khalif in here. Khalif, hop on, man. Brother Khalif, hop on, sir. All right, brother Khalif, where you at, my brother? All right, waiting on Khalif to get that phone game together.
Hello, can you hear
We'll
me?
wait. There you
All
go.
right.
There you go. What's up?
Yeah, yeah. I just wanted to say something. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. How are
I'm
you,
great.
sir?
I'm great. Tremendous work that you're doing. I was at the rally in Washington, and I've been
Yes, sir.
following you for a minute. You know, what I mean, it's beautiful, man. Beautiful thing that you're
Thank you,
doing
sir.
for the people. But I just wanted to address something real quick. I'm an old school pioneer in this hip hop thing. We came out in
Yep.
'76. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
1976. And I know Mario. I knew him personally when he was alive. May he rest in peace. Brother is not Puerto Rican. He's not half Puerto Rican. He was a black brother. He was an African American, a foundational black American. You know what I'm saying? So that's just
that's what I
nonsense.
get. I thought. That's what I
Yeah,
thought.
that there.
Yeah.
He's a foundational Black American, and I used to live in the area, and I've been to many of his parties and Bambaataa and all of them. You know what I'm saying? So that's just nonsense. And another thing too about the breakdancing thing, real quick.
Yeah.
We stopped breakdancing at some point. You know what I'm saying? All the Black brothers, we stopped breakdancing, and then in the '80s, with around 1980 or so, that's when the Hispanics started breakdancing. That's when they got
Yeah.
into it. They brought it back. But we had been doing that like prior to that for like maybe like 10 years prior to that. You know what I mean? And we stopped.
Did, now, were you lived in the Bronx, right?
Right, exactly. Yes.
Did you know A1 B Boy Sosa and Trixie and those
I knew
guys?
all of them. I knew all of the B-boys. We all, in fact, you know what? All of us were B-boys before we became like MCs and DJs. A lot of us were B-boys. A lot of us were
Mm,
B-boys. You know what I mean? A lot
yeah.
of us, we all started out as B-boys. And I'm talking about
Now,
Melly Mel and them, Flash and
yeah,
them, Mean Gene and them. They all were B-boys. The guy, Scorpio, he was a B-boy. He was Mr. Ness. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
All of us were B-boys before we were MCs and DJs.
Did you know because another cat I hear his name pop on and off, Smokey and the Smokatrons. Were
Yeah,
you familiar with that
yeah,
guy?
I was familiar with Smokey. Yeah, all of them.
When
Yeah,
did when did he pop? Did he pop off around the same time as Herc, before, after? Because I keep
I
hearing
think
some people say it was a little bit before.
no, he popped off after Herc, not before Herc.
Okay,
After Herc,
okay, okay, okay.
because when Herc came out, a lot of people, a lot of people started b-boying when Herc came out. A lot of people,
Yeah,
but there were b-boys that were out there dancing before Herc started that party. Because if you know about the party that he did in '73, right? That was a
yeah,
party for the b-boys and b-girls who were getting ready to go back to school.
yeah. Because I keep hearing that there were other DJs who were playing break beats. I don't think they were mixing them or whatever, but they were playing break beats before Herc. Is that true?
I don't know that. I really don't, to tell you, to be honest with you, because I know they had Pete DJ Jones and Grandmaster Flowers, right? And they were DJing, but nobody was cutting the beat the way Flash was cutting the beat. Flash
Right,
innovated that whole thing, you know. But as far as playing the break beats like that, the way Herc and them was doing it, they were just extending the break beat.
right,
They were just
right.
extending it. Bambaataa, all of them, they were just extending it. Nobody was
Yeah,
actually cutting the way Flash innovated it. It was totally different.
right, 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 right. Man, good stuff, man. Much respect to you, brother, man. Are you still in New York? Where you living now,
Well,
brother?
I'm in PA now, but yeah, I'm still affiliated with, because I mean, I'm always going to be a part of that. I'm always
No
going to be
doubt.
a part of that. And, this is the 50th anniversary. So, I'm just, we just putting stuff out there. I may even try to contribute something to this movie that you're gonna do on that. You know what I mean? If I can,
I,
I'll
I would love.
I'll give you some information. You know what I mean? So you can put that in there.
Absolutely, man. We got to keep in touch, most definitely, brother.
All
Thank
right
you so
then.
much.
And I'm gonna land my plane.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, I'd like to talk to that, brother. A lot of these cats who were in the Bronx at the time, that's who I want to talk to really get this shit straight. Because, yeah, I ain't never heard that Mario is some damn half Puerto Rican. I'm like, what the hell? I ain't never heard that. Now all of a sudden he half Puerto Rican. I don't believe that. And I ain't even from the Bronx. I don't believe that. Let's get brother Lamar in here. Brother Lamar, you in here, brother?
Yes, sir.
What's going on, Lamar?
I wanted to commend what Khalif said. I'm from the Bronx also. I live in LA now, but
Oh,
I'm
cool.
from the Bronx also.
Yes.
And when I was in middle school, the Puerto Ricans and them didn't get into breakdance until like 82, 81, and 83. By 84, B Street came out and they was all over it. But they didn't create breakdancing. We stopped it. It seems like whenever we start a trend and we leave it alone, another group of people picks it up and swear they do it better than us and they created it. It's like
Yeah.
this Olympics thing. The Filipinos now think that they the inventors of breakdancing and they the
Yeah.
best breakdancers on the planet. All I wanted to say is before I land my plane is that we as a people, we need to learn how to circle the wagons
Yep.
because the enemy is coming faster and he's gonna come stronger. If our women are not understanding what's going on. You're going to need to deal with your man correctly. Men, you're going to need to deal with your woman correctly because they're not playing games. This reparation thing is going to cause them to be, I'm not going to say cause them to be violent, but it's going to cause them to do drastic things and dastardly things to us because they're going to be jealous of us. Anytime we're surviving and thriving on by ourselves, here comes another group that wants to disrupt that. And I'm going to land my plane there because, oh, by the way, also, American Maroon, top dollar, brother. It was fat. It was
My man.
beautiful. And my grandfather and people are from Savannah, Georgia, in the swamps.
Yes,
And I've done so in case the reparation thing, I've already got on both sides of the family
mhm,
the history from ancestry.com to prove who I am, to
yes,
prove who my family is. So I land my plane with that. I just say be one first, continue moving, brother. Don't stop.
yes, sir. Appreciate you. Yeah, I can't wait to do that documentary. That hip hop one is going to be the next one. We had to get American Maroon out, but we were working hard on that one, boy. And yeah, man, yeah, y'all got to see American Maroon if you have not seen it, man. It's a great film, beautifully shot. I'm very proud of the cinematography and the just the look, man. We spent top dollar on the costumes. If you like the movie 1804, you'll love American Maroon. You know, because American Maroon in 1804, you know, we shot those epic fight scenes and we had like a big cast and it was fun. It was very fun to shoot. It was hard to shoot, but it was very fun to shoot. And we just really slow walked the history in that movie, man. And people are just really, really loving American Maroon. Y'all need to get your Blu-ray now at american-maroon.com. Also, we have autographed movie posters that you can get. It's only 25 bucks and these are collector's items, guys. They're autographed by me. I want y'all to this is an investment because y'all hold on to these things. I'm telling you, the value goes up. That is an investment. You keep that thing in your family for years. Later on down the line, when I've transitioned at one point, do y'all know that's going to be very valuable later on down the line? The value is going to shoot up. Things I want y'all to understand. We got to start getting collector's items. Collector's items are very important because things go up in value every 20 years. If you sit on something for about 20 years, that thing is going to go up in value. You know, I kick myself for all the vinyl records that I threw away and just let go by the wayside. Y'all think about that. Remember back in the 80s, we had all them vinyl records, and I've been doing a lot of stuff researching and getting things for the museum. Do you know those vinyl records, those little 12-inch singles? I'm talking about hip hop singles because we got a thing in the museum about the West Coast hip hop history. A lot of those vinyl singles that we used to have by the hundreds back in the day, them shits is like $500, $1,000 a pop right now, dude. Man, you go to eBay, all them singles that we had, them 12-inch singles from the 80s, nigga, them shits is top dollar. The thing we paid $3 for back in the 80s, they're worth thousands now. Vinyl records from the 80s are catching top dollar. I kick myself for letting all them records go. You dig? So we have to start learning how to hold on to stuff. Give them to your mama. Your mama know how to hold on to shit. I should have. My mama still hold on to old shit from the 70s and 80s. I should have gave her all of my vinyl records. Your mom knows how to hold on to that stuff. Mom keeps it in a under the mattress somewhere. Hold on to a lot of these things that will be collector's items later on down the line. They will get top dollar. We got to know how to start sitting on stuff. And that's why I wanted to put out our own vinyl, the Mink Slide stuff. We put out a limited edition of the Mink Slide vinyl because I know that's going to go up in value. And these autographed movie posters, that's going to go up in value. If you look at eBay and posters that are vintage, that aren't even autographed, are catching top dollar. Old newspapers. There's some stuff from we were getting research papers from the Black Panthers. Some of those Black Panther newspapers, those are like $500-$600. It was 25 cents back in the 70s, like $1,000 now per newspaper. You understand? So that's another part of the game. We better learn how to collect things and sit on them. Learn how to sit on stuff and store it and do not throw it away. We move around so much and do so much stuff, and we're so busy trying to get new stuff and get the new next big thing. We forget to hold on to a lot of vintage things and let them accumulate in value. Yeah. And who we got? Mr. DiCaprio. Hop on, Mr. DiCaprio. I can't pronounce your first name, but hop on, bro. Hop on. Where you at? Lil Diallo. Hop on, man. All right. And let me, oh, we got 12-inch digital. Let's speak music. Let me get up XLLM in here while we're waiting on Lil Diallo.
Oh yeah, yeah. What's good, man?
What's up, brother Excel? How you doing, sir?
Yep, this is Excel. A couple of things too, man. Yeah, man, you're right. I had so many vinyl records, man. I was a DJ in New York, '90s up to 2000, man, and I kicked myself. I used to work at a vinyl distribution company, the largest in the world, as a matter of fact. So a lot of the records that I buy, like a lot, I used to make a lot of vinyl records too. I have to buy them
Mm.
back. They're in Europe and they're in Asia, so it's crazy.
Oh man, and they go for top dollar over there, man. Man, they buy that shit like crack over there in Asia and
For
Europe.
sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Can I? I'm happy about the California 5 million reparations proposal. I think that's a great number. I also work in real estate in Boston, so I was saying that based on how much it costs to buy a home, it had to be in the millions per person. So I just wanted to say that. Shout out to you and everyone else, and
Yes.
shout out to my man Michael Irvin for releasing that video. And I land.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about the Michael Irving situation on my other broadcast this week. And yeah, that I got to do a whole thing about that thing. DiCaprio, you ready to get on, man?
Yes, sir. What's up, man?
Awesome. What's up, brother? How are you, sir?
Man, just chilling, chilling. I just have a quick question. I've been seeing I guess it's like a blog, it's on YouTube called The Art of Dialogue. Not my blog, but it's just a site. And Melly Mel has been kind of going off about hip hop right now, and he's kind of like going on this like scorched earth kind of thing. Now, do you think that because now foundational Black Americans and just Americans, I mean Black Americans from here are really kind of getting to the bottom of like who created hip hop? Do you think that's kind of like a response to that? Because it's like now he's not rocking with none of the rappers. Rappers are just, because I rap too, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So it's like
yeah,
rappers are just, it's just talk now and niggas ain't doing nothing per his words. And do you think now, because of the 50th year of hip hop being celebrated, and now you're going back and kind of having people pushing back like, hey, this is what was here already. Do you think that's like a response to that?
yeah. And Mel, and thing, let me get y'all while I answer. And I've seen some of the interviews, and some people got mixed views about it. Some people are like, "Well, damn, Mel is bitter." Some people are saying, "Well, Mel is mean spirited." Some people are saying, "Well, Mel is keeping it real." And I understand where Mel is coming from. Mel, he's kind of going scorched earth because Mel was really one of the first people to rhyme the way that people are rhyming now. I mean, everybody bit from Melly Mel. Let's just keep it real. This when you say a pioneer, that's a pioneer. Just where everybody bit this dude's style. Bit his not just by his style, they just bit his rhymes, the whole shebang. And I don't think he has gotten a lot of just due for being such a real pioneer. Because I listen to some of Melly Mel's mixtapes now. There's some mixtapes from like 1978 where he's flowing and that shit sounds tight. You dig? So this guy was a pioneer, and he didn't get the financial windfall like a lot of these new people. So I think there's a lot of bitterness there, which understandable. And your rock counterparts, you know, people kind of uplift them, and they make sure they're good. They're going to make sure the Rolling Stones are good. They're going to make sure the Beatles are good. They're going to make sure the Pink Floyds and all of these other rock bands, no matter how old they are, you're going to hold them up and you're going to look at them and treat them like icons. And I think Mel feels like, hey, this is a genre that I carried in the 70s. I carried this genre. I kept this genre alive. And, I'm not getting the praises and the respect that I'm supposed to get. I'm not getting the money I'm supposed to get. So I kind of understand where he's coming from. I understand where he's coming from. So, he can say what he needs to say. When you are a pioneer like that, and if you want to go scorched earth, hey, what are people gonna say, nigga? If it weren't for Melly Mel, then the cats wouldn't be rhyming like they rhyme today. You dig? So Melly can say what he has to say. Yeah. Well, I think did I see one of those janky tethers pop in here with a swastika? There was a tether popped in here, had a swastika on his thing. Where'd you go, tether? It was one of these tethers popped in here, and his avatar had a swastika on it. Then he hurried up and got up out of here. He forgot he was on his other Finsta account. Man, where you at, dude? It was one of them old cheetah pea smelling dudes. Dude, get back in here. Yeah, I wanted to hear what he had to say about reparations. The tether who popped in here with the swastika. Come back and let me hear what you got to say about reparations. All right, let me get this brother in here. Let's get Trev Too Nice. What's up, Trev? Trev Too
What's going on?
Nice.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on, Tariq?
I'm good, man. What's on your
Chilling,
mind,
man.
sir?
I'm in North Hollywood in Cali. I was just talking to my grandmother the other day, and she
Yeah.
was saying like pretty much like we've been here since like 1700s. She's from Dallas, Texas, and like she was saying like we're part like Cherokee. And I was wondering if you ever like touched on that before. And land my plane.
Yeah. A lot of us, and here's the thing: there are a lot of black Aboriginal people, and what happened was when the white supremacists got in the mix, they started using the red natives against the black Aboriginal natives that were here, and then it got to a point where they started kicking out the black people from these tribes. They actively started kicking them out. They started telling them, hey, we will give benefits to you, just make sure the black members are gone. And that's exactly what they did. And there are black people who do have Aboriginal ancestry. This is a fact. This whole narrative that everybody who's black came over on a boat enslaved, that's not 100% true. It's just not. There were black people on this land by the thousands, possibly the millions. There were black people already here. If you watch the movie American Maroon, we just meticulously show all the proof that there were black people here. We break it down from firsthand accounts, from firsthand drawings, DNA analysis, skull analysis. I mean, there's nothing left unturned. There's not a question about if there were black people here. The only question is how many. That's the only question. We were already here. If you watch the movie American Maroon, that's going to give you all the ammo you need to shut anybody down with any BS. You dig? If you look at some of the earlier maps that they would draw black Aboriginal people. They rarely drew any images of these red natives. That came later, to be honest. If you look at maps from when they got over here from the 1500s, that's when we started seeing some of the early maps, 1500s, and they would draw the Aboriginal people. They would be black skinned people with afros, black skinned people with coarse hair with feathers, you know. And then later they started to show the lighter ones. So we got to really understand history. Yeah. And then we have many of the firsthand accounts of the white people talking about all the black people over here. You know? And then we talk about the Moorish records, the documents showing that there were black Moors who were sailing over here doing trade. We go deep in that movie, man. We go deep, deep. American-maroon.com. You better get that movie. But we are almost 600 people in here. We are in here heavy tonight. And don't forget, man, March 25th, we're having the March Museum Mixer at the Hidden History Museum. Y'all need to come on down. We're going to have complimentary food. We're going to have a comedy show, nice up and coming comedians. It's going to be a phenomenal night. And then we're going to have an after party. So we're going to be networking with each other, vibing, enjoying the comedy, and just really being in a good, safe space around like minded brothers and sisters so that we can build and just enjoy each other. Go to hiddenhistorymuseum.com and get your tickets for that. Hiddenhistorymuseum.com, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get up out of here, guys. It's been real. I think we've had a constructive conversation tonight. But let's keep our eyes on that California Reparations Task Force and what's going on with that to make sure everything is going to be on the straight and narrow. Anyway, guys, y'all good. Puppy Akute and Lola Vuve to the family. Peace.